Welcome back, traders, to the Sunday night stock talk where we go over the best picks for the week to come. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we have over 600 videos all on how to make money in the stock market, as well as live day trading sessions Monday through Friday at market open. All of this 100% free. All that I ask is that you pay the small price of smashing that like button. So guys, let us begin. If you find value in this, definitely subscribe to the channel. We are not going to waste any time. We have 8 companies that we are going to go over currently. Now, I do not have a position in any of these companies, but it is a potential when it comes to this week. Now, as you can see, AM has a nice track record of going up over time. So we like to invest in companies that have upward momentum. Now, AM is one of those companies that seems to pull back every so often. And when it pulls back, touches this MA line, then it bounces up. Right now, it's currently trading at 1470 with potential for it to go up, right around 3% almost on this trade. Now, it can pull back, obviously, down to these levels and touch and actually hit this MA line, so be aware of that. Okay, AM is probably not the best company to start this oversold strategy off with for this series, but we're going to see what happens. There's, obviously only 2 directions that this can play, and so we will see what happens Monday morning and throughout the week. Now, as you can see, resistance levels are now support levels, creating a new resistance level about the $15 mark. So we're going to draw our lines right there. It's about a mid, so not the best. Now, Carvana actually is looking very great, a really nice opportunity here for us to make some money. As you can see, previous resistance levels became support levels. We do have one down in that $67 mark, but it has been trading much higher than that after a explosion happened back on May 1st, resulting in a 50% increase in a single day. That's correct. That is correct. In a single day, Carvana went up 50%. So now it's starting to curl over. There is a pullback that is happening. And as you can see here, last time it touched the MA line, or the 200-day moving average, it skyrocketed. So it may not skyrocket, but we can see a nice bounce, I would imagine, even if it's a 10% swing to this previous blue EMA line and previous resistance. That would be a great little play. And getting as high as $124, you're looking at a 26% profit to about a 30% profit if it were able to get up to those previous highs. But as you know, we don't like to set our resistance levels too high, especially when there's only one area of interest. Now, as you can see here, there's much more area of interest in this 123.50 level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different areas that it was currently hitting that resistance. So this would be a nice little play if it continues to show signs of confirmation. Now, there was 2 green candles that ended the day last week, resulting in a small increase, but even from this low to this high is a 2.7%, and getting back up to previous resistance levels for that day on Friday would be a 6% profit if it can get up to these previous levels. So there is some light resistance here on Carvana, so be aware of that, but overall looking very good for our oversold watch list. Okay, all right, now DDOG is another company that we're going to be looking at. DDOG is recently just hitting its support here. Now, it did go down a little bit past that support level. As you can see here, it had areas of interest at this point several times, and at this point now it's extremely oversold, which is what we want to see here on the channel, and hopefully it'll start showing some signs of consolidation like it did here briefly, and then popped up several times, creating a nice little trend line level of 11% in 17 days. So if we could see something similar here at that 110.60 level, even if you wait for confirmation and buy in at 111, to previous highs, you can see about 11% profit here if it goes up to those levels. So definitely pretty interesting key area here to watch, because this is extremely oversold. Same thing that happened last time it got into these levels. Oversold, two highs, 22% profit on that nice little run right there. Bounced back, hit that MA level, and then went back up 13% in 11 days. So DDOG, or Datadog Inc., would definitely be a company to check out. All right, the next one is DE. DE. Now, DE, or Deere & Co., is one of those companies that looks really good as well. As you can see, we have established a support at 363 and resistance level at about 416. Now, this resistance level could come down even more. As a result, it has some strong interest in these levels here. So if it does go up, you can easily see a 2 to 3% pullback to about 10% profit on DE. So definitely be aware of that this week. Good company to watch, and it is going to start an upward trend, as you noticed here, getting low as 351 to highs of 419 for a 20% profit in about 40 days. So not too bad. EMA starting to curl over. MA starting to curl over as well, showing signs of consolidation and moving up into those key levels. Now, I did want to showcase the website that we have right now, and you guys can always check out more videos, but our investingforbeginnerscommunity.com, if you go into trading tools, it's going to show you at the bottom exactly what we're talking about here. The 3 stages of reversal. We wait for rejection. We wait for consolidation in those oversold areas and key areas of support. And then we load up for that confirmation period as it begins its upward trend. If you are not familiar with our investingforbeginnerscommunity.com trading tools, definitely check it out. Link in the description below. Okay, so let's get back to it. Intel. Now, Intel is a company I think we're going to take off of the oversold list. As you can see, it is extremely oversold, and it's struggling to find that consolidation. Now, it is consolidating, obviously, in this area, but it's been consolidating since April 26th. We are now in June 2nd. So there are some areas of smaller support and resistance levels. Like right here, we could have made about a 7% profit in 3 days, which is great. I wouldn't complain about that trade at all. Right now, though, it's not really doing much. It is above that EMA level. If it comes back to this area of key resistance, you're only looking at a 1.5% profit. Or if it goes up to these previous resistance of 32.42, then you could see about a 4 to 5% profit. Also know the risk here involved is about 3%. So not necessarily a good trade. I am going to keep an eye on it, wait for it to break out and make new highs. But honestly, this is a company we can somewhat overlook. Similar to AM. They're kind of both mid-level, right? So we are going to set some alerts here. If it goes above this area or if it goes below, we will know in the morning exactly what happens. As well as Carvana, we have our alerts set already. So when that makes its way up, we will get an alert. If it goes above 105, we'll get an alert. And that's the best thing to do with some of these trades here, is to set your alerts. Okay, we got a couple more to talk about, but set those alerts so that way when they're triggered, it'll trigger your phone or your trading station or wherever it is that you like to trade, and you'll be able to get that alert to your phone. Now, we want it to go up. We don't care if it goes down necessarily, but we do want it to go up. So, hey, too loud. And so we don't really care if it goes down. We do care if it goes up. So we are going to set our alerts to trigger when it goes above our key levels. If it goes below, doesn't matter. Okay. Now, a couple more here. We got JD. I think JD was a great example of a great trade that we can make moving forward. Now, remember, I'll never tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. That's not what I do here. But when we do see these key levels of support to resistance, that's a 34% profit in 1 week. Same thing right here. Key levels of support, buying in, and even just waiting for this small little gap in 7 days, 15% profit. Okay, again, look at this one. Kind of touched right here, went up another 13% in 9 days. And if you would have held from those key $24 levels up to 35, that's a 42% profit in 28 days. 42% profit in a month. And we aim to make 40% a month. That's what my goal is, to grow my account 40% in a month, which is 10% a week. Investing one time in JD back in April, you would have been able to do that. One trade would have made your whole month's worth of profits. So we are looking at this again. As you can see, it's hitting key support levels on the 29.09 level. Okay, so now with that said, there is a risk of a pullback, say about a 2 to 3% pullback to a 20% gain, guys. That is a 1 for 5. That is a 1. You're risking 1 to make 5. You're risking 2% to make 20%. So JD is definitely going to be on our radars. It is oversold. We're going to create alert 30 and 10, and then we're going to create another alert at 30.50. And when those two get triggered, then we are going to load up and ride this wave for a 20% profit. Two left, we got Mara. Now Mara, I've done plenty of live stream videos on this. We've been trading Mara all week, if not all month, and it is showing signs of what? Being oversold, touching this green support line. I know it looks a little messy. Passing this green support line right here and continuing with its trend line. As you can see, there's two trend lines. It's creating higher highs and creating higher lows. And now it's on the lower end of the higher low, which means we can potentially profit 18%. 18% profit on Mara being oversold, but also have the potential for it to go up to where our trend levels are, making about a 30% profit. So anywhere from 15% to 30% profit is what we are looking at with Mara. And it's done it in the past, as you can see here, from 14 to this level, 38%. From 15 back up to 21, 39%. And then from 1650 to 23, 37%. And it all happens within about 7 days, which that should be our trend line for Mara. Now I am invested in this one. Out of all the companies, I am invested in this one specifically over the weekend because I have faith this is going to go up. And if it doesn't, then we'll cancel our profits and we'll risk management of about $12. Not a big deal. Last but not least, Riot. Now Riot is another company that kind of plays off of crypto a little bit. Some of its resistance levels obviously are going to be up here. Okay, I'd say about right there is some strong resistance, and then some strong support for this week would be right around here. So as you can see, drawing out this line, you can see it going up and down from 9 to 10, 12% profit. From 9 again to 11, 22% profit. And it has the potential to do the exact same thing here, resulting in about a 13 to 18% profit. So yeah, that is the companies that we are going to be looking at this week. Hope you guys enjoyed our Sunday night stock talk, where we go over all of our trade strategies for the week. Now there are 8 trades that we are looking at potentially trading this week. Doesn't mean we have to trade them. Okay, we are looking at them. They're indicating signs of being oversold, and so basically we are just waiting for confirmation that they're going up in an upward direction, and then we'll be able to start playing those positions even more. Now, we have an 80% success rate. At least I do personally, and some of our traders on our Learn to Earn team are beginning to understand the risk management, the letting our winners run longer and cutting our losses faster with our loss losers, and understanding that when you buy on an oversold level here, your profit margin is way more than if you bought up here. You have less profit margin and more risk. So I hope you guys found this useful. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you all tomorrow morning for our live trading session where you can watch me trade live, buy and sell stocks, and understand why I did that, share with you my thought process, and you can also ask me questions. See you guys in tomorrow morning's live stream at Market Open, and you guys have a great rest of your Sunday night, and we will talk to all of you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.